One of the most common objections that you can face when you're prospecting is the prospect saying, I'm not interested. This can be really frustrating because you might have some really great products to sell and you might think to yourself, how can this person not want what I have to offer, right? And that can be pretty frustrating. You also might think to yourself, I haven't even had a chance to tell them, all the great things that my products can do, so they don't even know what I have, right? So you have this natural frustration. You also have a natural instinct, which is your natural instinct when you hear someone say I'm not interested is to try to make them interested, right? So you do this because it's like somebody arguing with you, and you want to make your point, and your point is that they should be interested. You're a salesperson. Not only do you have a sales target and quota, but you really most likely believe in what you're trying to sell, and they're not interested, right? So I'm going to give you a simple process that allows you to diffuse this objection and get around it almost 75-80% of the time, and it'll be really easy to do. The first thing that I need you to do, though, is I need you to ignore that natural instinct of trying to overcome the objection. Ignore that impulse to hear that they're not interested and to make them interested, right? You do not have the time to change someone's mind. When you face that objection, you're typically on a phone call, you're meeting someone in a quick conversation in person. You don't have the time and attention to work with in order to truly overcome and make them go from not interested to interested in that quick moment. So what you want to do is you want to redirect. You want to redirect by asking them a question and keep the conversation going. You need to shift from the goal of trying to sell your product and shift towards the goal of keeping the conversation going, establishing the conversation. And you might think, well, how do I know what to say in that exact moment? Because they say I'm not interested, and I'm like, deer in the headlights, and I don't know what to say. Well, what you can say is you can redirect to one of your pre-qualifying questions, and it's just that simple. They say I'm not interested, and then you ask them one of your pre-qualifying questions, and I'll show you exactly how you finesse that and how you word that. But you might hear this and you might say, well, what are pre-qualifying questions? And I don't have any pre-qualifying questions. So if you don't have any or don't know what I'm talking about here, that's your first step. Create 3 to 5 pre-qualifying questions, and these are questions that just kind of feel out the prospect in the area that you have something to offer. It kind of you use them to kind of figure out, what are they doing today? Do they genuinely need, or is there somewhat of a need in the area that I have something to offer? And we can help you with creating those, but let me just show you some sample ones. And I created some example pre-qualifying questions here. For an example, if I sold magazine subscriptions. I've never sold magazine subscriptions, so I don't know if these are perfect. But these questions somewhat probe in the area to see how much someone needs magazines, right? Or has magazines in their life. But if you look at them, are you currently subscribing? When was the last time you subscribed? What hobbies do you have? How often do you buy magazines at stores and whatnot? So, like I said, I don't know if those are the perfect questions, but they do kind of get at, if you were to ask those, you would kind of feel out if someone needs magazines or is interested in magazines beyond them saying I'm not interested, right? So you can create these pre-qualifying questions for the products that you sell. But let's get back to an example, right? So I'm, on the phone or knocking door to door or whatever, and someone says, when they find out that I sell magazines subscriptions, they say, I'm not interested, right? And when I hear that, my natural instinct is to okay, I got to make them interested. So I need to talk about all the different the selection of magazines that I have. I need to really question that they don't they want magazines in their life in that form of entertainment. I might feel like I need to throw a promotion at them to make them interested, right? These are those natural instincts to try to make them interested. Resist that urge, right? We're not going to fight that. We're going to almost concede and accept the fact that they're not interested And we're going to do that by saying, oh, Bob or Mary, I understand. But hey, if I could ask you real quick, are you currently subscribing to any magazines, right? And so what we've done here is we've redirected to one of our pre-qualifying questions. And I'll tell you, 75% of the time or more, they are going to answer your question here. And what you've done when they answer that is you've gotten away from them saying, I'm not interested, and you've gotten them talking about something else. You've redirected. What they are less likely to do is to reaffirm their objection by saying, listen, I told you I'm not interested. You do hear them say that when you try to overcome the objection. So if they say I'm not interested, and you say, oh well, we have a promotion this month that it's half price. Don't you want to take advantage of that? That's when they reaffirm the objection and say, no, listen, I told you, I'm not interested. And actually, that's when the salesperson and the prospect begin to both become a little bit more irritated and unhappy. That's not going to happen when you redirect this way. So, and this doesn't close the deal, right? They answer this, and then you don't have the opportunity to go, okay, well, let me show you the subscriptions. But it keeps the conversation going, and so they answer your question there. What you can do from there is then you could follow up with another pre-qualifying question. Oh, I see, yeah. Well, hey, do you ever buy magazines when you're at a store, right? You might get an answer there. And so what you're doing along this direction is you're getting away from I'm not interested, and you're actually you're achieving something that is the complete opposite. You're going 180-degree flip here, because you're going from them ending the conversation to you collecting valuable information. They're answering these questions and you're getting this great information. The information might actually confirm that they're not a good prospect, because they might say, I never buy magazines, I don't want magazines, I have no hobbies, right? They might answer your pre-qualifying questions, and you might realize that, yeah, them not being interested is correct and is a good place to leave it. And I need to move on and find someone else who might be more qualified. Or you might get some answers to these pre-qualifying questions. So not only did you get away from I'm not interested, but you got some really good answers here that you can use as you start to talk about your products or build interest. So some really valuable information there. That's how you can deal with the objection of I'm not interested. If you like that or you want more help, go to salesscripter.com. There are ebooks out there. There's actually an ebook on how to deal with objections. We have over 100 videos on our YouTube page. Be sure to check that out. We offer web-based and in-person training, one-on-one sales coaching, consulting. Check out SalesScripter. SalesScripter will actually help you to develop those pre-qualifying questions if you don't have them. And those can actually be different for each product that you sell and for the different types of prospects that you sell to. Those really good, the right pre-qualifying questions could change. So SalesScripter will help you to figure out those. It also provides a tool called an objections map, which is a tool that shows you responses to not only this objection, but all of the different objections that you can run into, like just send me some information, we already used somebody today, and whatnot. So be sure to check that out. We hope that helps. Good luck and happy hunting.